All right, back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have back with us once again, best-selling book author Larry Winget. Larry, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
Hey, thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Larry's new book coming out soon, and we'll find out when. People Are Idiots, and I Can Prove It. Love the title. Now, Larry, also, too, do appreciate you coming back and kicking off our new year with us once again. It's almost becoming like tradition, Larry.
Hey, well, I'll have a new one out next year. We can do it again.
Well, I was just going to ask you, can you keep the bestsellers coming? Because, come on, we don't want to break tradition, Larry. Appreciate that.
This one will hit the bestseller list by the end of the week. It came out, it's already out, nice. Doing very, very well. So.
Oh, very good. All right, so now we'll get to where they can buy it then at the end of the segment. Now, Larry, listen, we all know that people do stupid things, really, to sabotage your success. How can one recognize when they're being an idiot? And then, can they take corrective action to reverse it around?
Oh, sure, they can take corrective action. What you said, though, is key. Number one, you have to recognize that you're being an idiot.
Right.
All you have to do that is just look at your results. Are your results the way you would like them to be? Do you have as much money as you want? Do you have the quality of relationships you would like to have? Is your career going well? Is your health the way you'd like it to be? Is your weight where you want it to be? And if the answer to those questions disappoints you, then you're being an idiot. You need to fix it. So recognize that you have a problem, then get the education for what it takes to fix the problem, then go to work, and that's where it falls apart.
All right. Now, the truth is usually isn't usually pretty, and let's face it too. So let's talk about this for a minute. Give us a good example of how people. All right. So I recognize. Yeah. All right. I am probably a little bit overweight. I admit it, Larry. But what do I need to do? Do I need to just cut back? How can I change my ways, Larry?
Weight is the easiest one, and people complicate this one.
Yeah.
You know, weight comes down to two things. Eat less, exercise more.
Gee.
Don't complicate it more than that.
Right.
The same way with your money. You want to have more money? Of course you do. Everybody does. Okay, try this. Earn more, spend less. You'll have more money. The problem is people complicate these solutions way more than they have to. And the reason they complicate it is we like for success to be hard, because if it's hard, we'll have an excuse for not achieving it.
Yeah, well, you know what? The best thing they can do is get a copy of People Are Idiots, and you can prove it. All right, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later on, too. All right, so what should be the number one goal for Americans in 2009, then? Should it be all of the above, what you just mentioned?
It should be all of the above. Number one, just take control. Figure out where you are. Most people don't have a clue where they really are financially, with their health, in their relationships. Take an assessment. It's a good time to do that. Here we are at the beginning of the year. Take an assessment of where you really are in your life. Decide what's really important to you and establish some priorities. You know, your time, your energy, your money always goes towards what's important to you. If looking cute's important to you, you're going to spend your time and money at the mall. If having a financially secure future is important to you, then you will spend your time and your money making sure you have that happen in your life. Your energy always goes to what's important to you. So ask yourself, what's really important to me? And then make sure you work towards that.
All right, so how can somebody in the economic environment, it's tough for some, you know, today as it is, how can they financially, let's say they want to work on their financials this year, what's a good example or good way of go about doing that?
Well, first of all, know where you are. If you have to work with one person on their money who really has a good grasp on who they owe, how much they owe, or when it's due. So sit down with a sheet of paper and figure out where you are financially. Then put together a plan. Anybody can save a small amount of money. I don't care how bad it is for you. You could put away $1.
Yeah.
That puts you $1 ahead of where you were. You remember that the average 50-year-old in America today has only about $2,500 saved. At 50 years old.
Right.
That's inexcusable.
All
So
right.
cash is going to be king in terms of our financial situation and where our economy is right now. Figure out a way to put aside some cash.
All right, now, Larry, cash is king. Should we use some of that cash to pay down debt if we've got a little bit extra of it?
Well, if you've got high interest rate debt, like credit card debt, yes, you should. You must get rid of that high interest rate stuff, because the average interest rate right now is about 25%.
Yeah.
If you owe $7,000, just $7,000, and that's less than the national average on credit card debt, and all you do is make minimum payment, it's going to take you 30 years to pay it off.
That's a prison sentence in my opinion, Larry.
Yep.
All right. Now, is it true that, and you wrote about this in your book, it takes a great leader, is it what it takes to be a great parent, to be a great leader?
It really requires the very same skills and the very same principles.
Yeah.
If you want to be a great leader, get out in front of people, give them something to follow. And if you want to be a great parent, you do the very same thing. You get out in front of people and give in front of your kids, and you give them a good example to follow.
Right. Now, Larry, do our personal lives and our professional lives, are they kind of intermingled?
You can't be one way professionally and another way personally.
Yeah.
Who you are is who you are.
Sure.
So I say it's better when the people in the business get better. So if you want to have a better business, if you want to be better in your career, if you want to have better kids, if you want to have more money, start to improve the way you are personally. Learn to live your life based on integrity, honesty, and a high-quality set of principles.
Yeah. Hey, I think Spitzer last year was able to pull that off, though. But I don't know too many people that could do that, Larry. Okay? All right, now let's talk about our government for a minute since we're on the subject. What are your thoughts as far as the bailout plans and what's going on, the bailouts we're seeing? And should we be sending each of our representatives in Congress a book of People Are Idiots and I Can Prove It? And let's go even further. It's called Work for a Reason. Should we? And let's charge them for it, too, because we got to make money on this, Larry.
I agree, and let's send them you broke because you want to be at the same time. Listen, I'm not a fan of bailouts, ever. The reason is this. If we don't impose consequences, and if we don't feel the pain of those consequences, we're doomed to repeat the behavior.
Yeah.
It works that way in our personal lives and professional lives, and it's going to work that way with our economy and with our government. We must impose consequences. I am anti-bailout, especially anti-bailout of Wall Street and the car industry. The auto industry's got to feel some pain from this deal.
Yeah.
So I'm anti-bailout.
Yeah, all right. Speaking of cars, can you get any deals? The crew here want to know if we can get any deals on Hyundais. Okay? Come on now, Larry.
I can't get you a good deal, but, there are some good deals on all cars out there right now. They're practically giving these things away.
Aren't they ever like 30% and greater on some of these car deals? In fact, you can even go in some areas and buy one car, get one free.
I just heard an alarming thing that the auto industry is going to start their own financing, and it's going to basically end up being like subprime. They're going to start taking high-risk people and loaning them money to buy their cars because they've got to get rid of all this inventory.
Well,
and we're going to learn the lesson from that the hard way, too. It's just like subprime mortgages. We're going to have subprime auto loans.
Yeah, who knows? They may get some of that TARP money, too, okay? That right? I mean, who's kidding who here? When you see like Joe's hot dog stand becoming a bank, then there's some TARP, they're targeting on TARP, okay? Just that simple.
Exactly.
All right. If there's one thing in People Are Idiots and you can prove it, or I can prove it actually, but I'm talking to you, what would it be that really stands out for you, Larry, and that you want everyone to know about?
Listen, I truly am a one-trick pony. In every single one of my books, I've had a central theme, and that's take responsibility for your life. Don't whine. People are dealing with their own stuff. They don't want to hear you whine. They don't want to hear you complain. Get past that victim mentality.
Right.
And take responsibility for your situation. You can fix it. There is hope if you will go to work, and it's a big if. If you will go to work on your life in every single area, you can make it better. There's good news on the back of all this bad news. Yeah. And the good news is that people are starting to pay cash. They're starting to work harder. They're starting to take responsibility for their lives. They're starting to look at where they are. So I'm telling people, take an assessment of where you are, take responsibility for where you are, and go to work. It can be fixed.
Yeah, good advice, Larry, without a doubt. Take responsibility, grab hold of it, and move it, because let's face it, no one's going to do it for you. All right, now, real quickly, we got less than a minute, Larry. What can we expect from you in 2009? Tours, any more shows, what?
I've got a new PBS, national PBS special coming out. Should be out in a few months. People will start to see nationally. I am in talks right now on a new television show. You're going to see a gift book come out before next Christmas.
Beautiful. All right. Amazon.com. Barnes & Noble. Larry, thanks for being with us.